Thank you so much for the opportunity to present. Uh, we've been tracking the public perception as well as the perception of the businesses throughout the Corona times in Pakistan. And we've also been keeping up a tab of other economic indicators that are coming from Pakistan and elsewhere in the world. So we recently did a business confidence survey with SME businesses, medium-sized businesses, large-scale businesses, and we saw that the business confidence was significantly down during the COVID times, and there was a significant pessimism about how the businesses perceived if there was a post-COVID time scenario. There was a lot of pessimism about it as well. So the business situation net score, as we call it, our business confidence index, it was during the current quarter, before the COVID times, it was already in the negative, but it fell by about 68% and further. So I think one of the situations that we need to keep into mind about Pakistan is that the economy was in significant decline before the corona struck. So because of the demand compression and other measures, the economy was already reeling. And then the COVID lockdown struck. So the business confidence is significantly down. If one looks into the large scale manufacturing, the results released very recently by PBS, the index of large scale manufacturing, it has fell by 35% points in March. That doesn't completely reflect the lockdown and its impact. As you would know, the lockdown only started on the 21st of March in Sindh, and then later on in Punjab. So the first 20 days of March, even though the lockdown was not there, we see that a lot of businesses had already started anticipating how things were not going all right, and the index shows that the contraction happened significantly. So if you look at the distribution of the large scale manufacturing and its contraction in March, we look at about 50% fall in automobile industry, 57% in electronics, 35% in engineering, about 100% in wood products. So if one goes ahead in terms of the worker remittances, there is a significant. I mean, there are different projections that are happening, and the numbers that have been recently released for the month of April, they seem to give some hope. But if you look at the details of the remittances data, out of the top 13 countries, only 2 countries show a positive increase, where the US represents about a 50% increase. So our understanding is that the remittance data for the April may give a little false picture as to what is about to come. But then there are different predictions to this, but most of the predictions would suggest a significant fall. And given the importance of the worker remittances, not just for the local economy, the local investment situation in terms of remittances fueling consumption, but also fueling investment in construction sector, for example. These are very significant numbers, and the World Bank projections for across the world on worker remittances also suggest that the market may be looking for a very sharp decline. This, together with the fall in the oil prices and Pakistani worker remittances, at least a 50% coming from the Middle Eastern market, which is very heavily oil dependent, and a 50% coming from the UK and the US. The worker remittances, I think, is something that we really need to look for, because that could spell the current account deficit deteriorating in spite of the oil gains that we're looking at. Very recently, Hisab Kitab, which is a very interesting software application, they've released their data, which shows that that there has been a 70% decline in the food industry in Pakistan, about a 21% decline in eating out numbers, and but they also suggest that the decline in the eating out and the restaurant industry is to some extent taken over by the grocery market. So people are essentially switching between one sector to the other. So that's one interesting feature that maybe we can look into later in the conversation. If there are winners of this crisis in Pakistan, and whether the industry and the service sector can essentially adapt itself to bear the losses coming out of it in a more even way. In terms of the public opinion and how the micro economy has been affected, these were all very macro numbers. But if you look at the household level, we recently did a survey, and we see three main findings coming from the micro economy at the household level. There is a significant food insecurity fear. There is financial insecurity fear, and there is now a significant reliance on outside help in Pakistan. So, in terms of the food security, about 6.9 million households in Pakistan, about a quarter of the households, say to us that they have reduced the number or size of meals for some family members. And this is a very devastating figure, because we're talking about not just a quarter of a million households, but several million individuals. And food insecurity has a very uneven impact on the household and its members. We know that the deprived sections of the community, of the household, they are more aggravatedly affected by it. So when there's food insecurity, younger children are affected more, female children are affected more. In terms of the financial insecurity, about 1 in 5 say they had to lean on their savings to cover basic household needs. About 10 million individuals are saying that they are trying to additionally earn money. This is in addition to about 80% reporting that there has been a significant loss of their income. And about 3 million households say that they are now actively dependent on other than government NGO assistance. So I just wanted to put the current picture as it appears to us before we start talking about the future, because the future is dependent on the present, and it provides some context to the conversation and our ability to predict how things would be, and our ability to assist the government through this forum on what can be done.